Well, it's finally happened. It's finally happened. Kirby was the one series that really didn't have any haters, beggars, whiners. Like, no one complained about Kirby for the most part. The only thing was you would see some people over the years say, oh, Kirby's too easy, blah, blah, blah. But it was never hated on. It was never begged for. Even the spin-offs, like you look at games like Canvas Curse, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse on Wii U, things like that. Even them, like, while they weren't as like amazingly recognized and successful as like the mainline entries, people didn't really complain about them or hate them. If people didn't want to play them, they just didn't play them and they moved on, which was cool. Kirby's always been a very safe, at the same time experimental, and successful series. There really, a lot of people over the years have agreed there hasn't been a very bad Kirby game. But lately, Star Allies is coming out, right? So we got Star Allies in March, next month. Can't wait for it. It's my most anticipated game right now. But we got all these people that are really finding the littlest things, the stupidest things, just all these things to complain about of the game. A game they haven't even played. And when you go by the 25-year track record of Kirby, I mean, 26 actually, 26 this year. When you see how good a series has been, and then you're picking apart details over a couple gameplay videos or a couple demos and saying, oh, the game's gonna be bad, that's ridiculous. Like, I don't understand it. The first thing I saw several days ago was the fact that people were like, oh, it's 30 frames. 30 frames, not 60. It's a failure. It's a failure. Game's not optimized, being rushed. They're rushing all the Switch games. It's like, what? Like, so because it's 30 frames instead of 60, it's a rushed game and it's going to be bad. I mean, I understand the 3DS ones were 60, but you got to understand that those games, while they look good for the 3DS, compared to a game on the Switch, they're a lot simpler to develop for. The graphical engine is a lot lower. People don't realize that. You compare a game like Robobot, as good as it looks on 3DS, you compare that graphic fidelity to Star Allies, and there's a huge difference. Huge difference. Especially when you're trying to go for that 1080p full HD. I don't think a lot of people realize that. Something else, there are certain games that are better in 60 frames, yes. Like the Warriors games, for example. Like Fire Emblem Warriors, I liked how they give you the option. You could do resolution or frame rate. I went with the frame rate option. I didn't mind going down to 720p for it. It just was so fluid for a game that action-packed and, combo-based and stuff. You need a little more, the 60 frames, A game like Kirby, a very simple, slower-paced platformer, it doesn't really matter. As long as your frame rate isn't going into the teens or single digits, it doesn't really matter, And people act like all the Kirby games have been 60 frames, and that's not exactly the case. Some of the recent ones have, yes, but again, the 3DS hardware and its architecture and how those games are developed are a completely different ballpark in the Switch, and no one is realizing that. I don't get it. And it's not just that, though. Today, so I just saw a video, Game Informer. They did like a little podcast thing, or whatever, and this guy was saying, "Oh, Nintendo made like a demo for us of like 3 short little demo levels and whatnot, and all it is it doesn't build on anything, and it's the same simple puzzles, and the AI just figures it out for you." Well, he was saying all this stuff, and he was saying like coming off of Planet Robot, which is an amazing game. He was saying like, oh, it's not as good. Robot had its simple concepts and built on it, and it's like, well, yeah, but you're comparing a game that you played from start to finish to a game that's not out, that you only played 2 or 3 short demo-made levels. I mean, and the guy even says in the video, he admits like, oh, it's the same development team as Robot and Triple Deluxe. well, don't you think they're gonna take the ideas that are in this game with the throwing your hearts at the enemies and stuff, and in the puzzle solving with that and stuff? Don't you think they're gonna build on it as the game goes on? You can't judge a game based on the 2 or 3 demo levels you played. I don't. That's stupid. Like I don't understand. I really don't understand. But a lot of people are taking this guy's word and running with it. So a lot of people are saying, "See, this confirms it." You know, it's just really ridiculous. Like I don't understand. And coming off of Battle Royale for the 3DS, which is a really good game, because it's a spin-off game, like a side game in the Kirby series. I mean, it's not like a mainline game, but it was pushed. It was advertised by Nintendo, and it was well made. I love the game, but that game got a lot of hate too. A lot of people were saying it looks like crap, blah blah. And then now we're going to Star Allies, and so many people are shitting on the game for no reason. Like it's just like, oh, it's 30 frames, you know. Oh, it's the puzzles are simple, and the 2 levels I played, and it's just like, come on, really? Like, why are you doing this? And it's like, especially, I'm getting sick and tired of people in the higher up in the game industry. Well, I shouldn't say higher up. I should say the gaming media. You know, places like you got IGN, you got Game Informer, GameSpot. You know, I'm tired of people who will make stupid accusations like this based on something of a couple demo levels, because the problem with that is a lot of other people look up to these gaming media outlets and they think, oh, well, they say it's bad, well, it's bad. And then you have all these drones freaking going on message boards and Twitter and all this stuff saying, oh, yeah, it's going to be bad, blah, 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 you know. And it's so stupid. It's just really, really stupid. Like, I don't understand it. Why are you judging a game that you haven't played yet? I mean, you've only played 2 or 3 demo-made levels. That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why everyone else is just going with what he's saying. Not to mention, he also started criticizing the graphics later on. He was like, oh yeah, the graphics look really nice in HD, but there's some textures that look too real, and it combines with Kirby awkwardly, and it looks horrifying. Oh, like he's like, oh, you get used to it, but it looks horrifying. He kept saying that word, horrifying, and it's just like, come on, like seriously, and it's just like. I've always loved Kirby because Kirby is so simple, easy to pick up and play. It's got great level design, and it's this thing. It's simple. It's not made to be a deep experience. You know, if you want a really deep, challenging platforming experience, go play like Donkey Kong Country. You know, it's like this. Nintendo has different platforming series depending on like I've always said like Kirby would be like the easy level. You got your Mario, 2D Mario's in the middle. And then like Donkey Kong Country is like the harder. You know, that's what I've always said. You know, if you want super hard, you know, and deep, you know, platforming challenge, go play like Super Meat Boy or something. You know, it's just like Kirby is made as a sort of relaxing platform, very chill platformer with a lot of charm, a lot of simplicity to it. And simple isn't always bad. That's another thing. I mean, it is a lot of Kirby games are hard when you try to 100% them. You know, you got the arenas and the true arenas, and when you try to do all the like collecting all the stuff, like, you know, Return of Dreamland had like the gear parts and stuff, and the 3DS ones had like stickers and keychains, you know, stuff like that. Epic Yarn was really easy, but it was really hard trying to 100% that game. I did it, but it was a lot of fun. But a lot of people shitted on it. Not really shitted, but a lot of people did say Epic Yarn was too easy. And if you're beating the game, yeah, it's piss easy, you know. But it's not a bad thing as long as it's fun, you know. I mean, I guess different people play their games different. I know some people want an absolute challenge from their games, which is fine, but Kirby's not made for that. Kirby's not going to pander to ultra challenging, you know, you know. It's not going to. It's not what it's made for. There's other games you can play. Like I said, if you want platformers that are challenging, play Donkey Kong Country. If you want other challenging games in general, you know, play Devil May Cry on Dante Must Die mode. You know, play Dark Souls. You know, like go on and on. Super Meat Boy. You know, like I said, those are games more for your demographic if you're into super challenging games. It's just how it is. Kirby is not going to pander to you just because you want something ultra hard and ultra challenging. It doesn't need to be. It's been successful all these years, like I said, 26 years and going on, without needing to be ultra challenging. It's about the experience, about the level design. It's about, you know, the charm factor and how easy it is to pick up and play, you know. I've been playing Kirby for years. You know, I grew up with the series. I've been playing this since elementary school. I love the series. You know, my first Kirby game I ever played was Superstar back in Super Nintendo, and then I, you know, went back and played Kirby's Adventure, and you know, played the Game Boy ones and Game Boy Advance ones, and you know, 64, and then the Wii and DS, and all those games. You know, all the games came out. Return to Dreamland. You know, playing the games. You know, like I said, Triple Deluxe, Battle Robot. I mean, Planet Robot, Battle Royale just came out. You know, I play all the Kirby games. You know, I love them. It's one of my favorite Nintendo series. I love the series, and that's the thing. Like I just I just don't understand like what people expect. Like people are saying, oh well, it's not 60 frames, fail. Oh, it's got simple puzzles, fail. Oh, the graphics are this or that, fail. I mean, come on, it's just it's not supposed to be this deep, like hugely like epic scope experience like Breath of the Wild or something. It's supposed to be a simple, chill platformer, you know. And a game can still be 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 while being simple and chill. It doesn't need. Not everything has to be so deep and so epic in scope and so perfect. Not everything needs to be 60 frames. You know, I'm getting really tired of this argument. It's just it's annoying, really annoying. But I just wanted to basically make a video saying that why the hate for, you know, Kirby. You know, why it's coming out of nowhere. You know, this is a series that for years, like I said, it hasn't had hate. If people didn't like something, they just didn't care for it and they moved along. Now it's like, oh, now we got to hate on it. You know, it's like, I think part of the problem is a lot of people like, a lot of people are very jealous of the Switch. A lot of fanboys from other, you know, whether they're Sony fanboys or they're PC Master Race, whatever, you know, Xbox fanboys, I don't know. I think a lot of people are just jealous of the Switch, and you got a lot of fake Nintendo fans out there that, because the Switch is successful, and you know, they're cherry picking things to complain about. Like several weeks back, it was the Labo saying, "Oh, that's all they had for the year," which is a dumb argument when you know E3 is going to be in June. There's going to be more for the second half. Plus, there's tons of other games coming out. You know, the first half that aren't ports. You know, Kirby, Mario Tennis. You know, things like that. So, you know, it's just flavor of the week. People are trying to. There's nothing legitimate to complain about because of the fact that the Switch is doing so well. Its games are doing so well. And it's just people are still loving it, playing it. So the haters have to find something. And at this point, unfortunately, it's Kirby. Kirby is taking the brunt of the hate right now, and I feel bad. I feel bad, Kirby. I love you, Kirby, and I cannot wait for Star Allies. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, post some comments. What do you guys think of all the hate going on for Kirby Star Allies? You know, I can't wait for the game. I'm gonna buy the game day one. It's gonna be awesome. Like I said, it's one of my most anticipated games. It actually is my most anticipated game as of right now. Of stuff coming out this year that we know of. I can't wait for the game. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you guys later.